Kinetic theory of gases. Let us consider n moles of an ideal gas is enclosed in a cubical container of volume V, and let P is the pressure and T is the temperature of the container. Let us consider a gas molecule of mass m and velocity v traveling along x-axis and collides with the gray wall and reverse back to the negative x-axis. Now what we are going to do, we are going to consider this information to draw a picture. So here's the picture where you can see this is a cubical container with length, width and height as L. Let this is a gas molecule of mass m, and this molecule is moving along the x-axis, and this molecule will collide with this gray wall and then it will come back along the negative x-axis. So basically this is the positive direction of x-axis and this will be the negative direction of x-axis. Then the change in linear momentum is given as delta px is equal to negative mvx minus mvx, and if we simplify further we will write delta px is equal to negative 2 mvx. Now let us consider the average rate of change of linear momentum is given as delta px over delta t is equal to, my px is 2 mvx, which is over here, over delta t is basically the time between two collisions. So basically the total length travel is 2L, which is basically going and getting back. So basically L plus L is 2L, and that is divided by Vx, which is the velocity of the particle along the x-axis. And if we simplify this Vx will be go to the numerator, and we have mvx square over L, because this 2 is also cancelled out. And let this is equal to the force acting along the x-axis. It doesn't mean that there are no gas molecules moving along any other direction such as y and z axis. It is simple to consider that the gas molecule is moving in one direction and then average out the entire expression for kinetic theory of gases. And that's what we are going to do. So let's consider the pressure experienced by the molecule is P is equal to force over area, and we are considering the force along the x-axis, so we'll write Fx over area is length square. Now let's substitute the value of Fx over here, and if we do that, then we will write P is equal to Fx1 plus Fx2 plus Fx3 dash 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 plus Fxn over L square, where Fx1, Fx2 dash 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 Fxn are basically the forces acting on n different molecules. And if we simplify further, then we will write the force Fx as mvx square over L, and we are considering the first particle, which is basically mvx1 square over L, and this is for the second molecule, third molecule, and this is the nth molecule. If we simplify, we can take m over L common, and then this L and L square is basically L cube. So our common term is m over L cube, which is over here. And inside the bracket, we have only velocity term left. So we'll write Vx1 square plus Vx2 square plus Vx3 square plus dash 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 plus Vxn square. Now we know that n is the number of molecules in the box, and n is basically the number of moles times Avogadro number, which simply means n is the number of moles and Na is the Avogadro number, and the multiplication of those two gives us the number of total molecules in the container. If we simplify the velocity term, we will write Vx square average is equal to Vx1 square plus Vx2 square plus dash 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 plus Vxn square. Now let's find the net pressure, and in order to find the net pressure, what we will do, in place of n we will write n times Avogadro number, and in place of this term for the velocity we will write Vx square average. So if we do that, we will write the net pressure can be written as P is equal to NMNA over L cube Vx square average. Now we know that volume is equal to L cube and molar mass is equal to mass of the molecule times Avogadro number. So basically M and A can be replaced by capital M and L cube can be replaced by capital V, which is basically the volume. And if we do that, we will write P is equal to Nm over volume Vx square average. We know that the molecules are moving in all the different directions. So we have V square is equal to Vx square plus Vy square plus Vz square. And since we are considering the equal number of molecules are moving along X, Y and Z axis respectively, and if that is the case, we will write Vx square is equal to 1 over 3 V square, because we have equal number of molecules are moving along all the three different directions. So in place of Vx square, we will write 1 over 3 V square, because Vx square is basically the velocity of 1/3 of the molecule. So if we do that, we will write the pressure is given as P is equal to Nm over V, and for Vx square average we will write 1 over 3 V square average. Now let's simplify further, and if we do that, we will write Nm V average square over 3V, which is over here. Now we know that V square average is equal to V square RMS, because the average velocity of a molecule is equal to the root mean square speed of the molecule. So if we simplify using this term, we will write P is equal to Nm V RMS square over 3V. And we know that the root mean square speed of the gas is given as V RMS is equal to square root of 3 RT over M, where R is the gas constant, T is the temperature, and M is the molar mass, and V RMS is the root mean square speed or velocity. And this is how we will define the kinetic theory of gases.